Hi folks, welcome back to the Horde. Well, let's do the time date stamp. It's cold, 25 degrees. It's supposed to warm up today, I'm not feeling it. Overcast, -5 Celsius, somewhere around 2:15 or so Sunday. And it is January 11th. So, welcome back. What am I up to today? Just a couple points of business first. I had somebody ask me about the 1985 250 ES Big Red electrical system behind the headlight. And I mean, I'm not exactly sure what you want me to videotape here. Well, first of all, let me get it in view. I mean, just off the top of my head, looking at this, I mean, these are the power lines coming in from the battery. I'm not sure what's, fuses, obviously. And it just looks like you got a few, looks relatively simple, to be honest with you. Looks like you just have jumpers plugged in. First you got the battery. I don't know, this looks like engine electrical. I'm not sure what that is. I'm not sure what this guy is doing. Once again. And inside the lid, that's what it looks like. So I don't know how much this helped. Let me know if you need more details. This bike, supposedly ran, and a guy kind of left it out back, and his kids played with it, and now the motor don't go around. So I think it has your traditional crap got loose from the starter and got into the flywheel and got between the flywheel, or between the stator and the coils, ignition and charging, and screwed everything up. So there's the story on that. So that was one order of business. I was kind of moving things around, and I discovered this bag of electronics, and I was just curious. And you see where the notch is there, and you see the magnet precedes the notch. So that one's set up right. This guy here, once again, magnet on top, and then you see the notch a little bit before it. So that's set up right, and this one, same thing, 3 times. All those are set up right. So now I know what to look for before I put one of these on the bike. So that was the second order of business. Third, I need an engine for the UTV. So I dug this one out, right? Shopping the Horde for parts. So it's a 5.5 horsepower overhead valve. I don't know if you're going to be able to see the numbers. Just the location's really tough. Anyway, looking at these numbers on the side there, once again, I just don't know if I'm going to be able to get you guys at the right angle so you can see them. I don't know. Maybe not. Sometimes I look through the viewfinder and everything looks like crap, but then when I look over the video, anyway, you see that 0025 or 002 something on the bottom, and then E something. This is a 2000, obviously Briggs Intertech 206, 5.5 horsepower overhead valve, and it's got a nice Comet Torque converter, Comet Industries, and this is back when Comet actually made these here in the United States before they got thrown over the side and started making them in China. It's even got the Comet belt on it. and looks like, I don't know what that is, 40, 41 time chain in there. So it has compression, which is a good thing, but this throttle is not moving. Even if you slide this back and forth, throttle's not moving. So the carb's got to come off of it. Carb needs a rebuild. So UTV motor. So that's what I'm going to throw on there. And the last thing is I've been shopping the Horde for parts. Yeah, you can see I've been poking around here for a while. I dropped the deck down. This is the input pulley for the transmission. And you can see I'm going to have a lot of fun getting it out. There are 4 bolts that hold the transmission to the body. Not that big a deal. This pulley has to come off to get the transmission out. You can see the belt. That's the clutch. All the way down there is the pulley that's on the engine. So you guys could see all of that. It's actually interesting. This lawnmower is a Sears. Craftsman on the side. And you guys could see it's basically a piece of crap. It's like got a unibody frame, right? And they bolted the front end to it. They had to put a spine down the frame to keep this from just folding, right? So it's kind of a hunk of junk. Though it's probably relatively old. Normally, when you see the stripes, the red, white, blues, this is from the 70s probably. It has a 5-speed transmission, all in a row. Right now, I'm going to keep this one more or less just as it is, because I kind of like that body style a little bit better. I'll probably end up taking the fiberglass off of it and just turn it into a go-kart for running around the lawn on. But this one here is going to be the transmission donor for me. So everything is just tight as heck. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to get this off. My temptation is to basically start right there with the Sawzall and cut completely across and take the front end off, cut whatever I need to get the deck off, and then it should be light enough where I could more or less carry it down into the garage and work on it in where it's relatively warm, because homie don't like it so cold. So you guys could see I have some work in front of me to get all this junk loose, right, to cut everything free. Tomorrow, I'm not, I'm never quite sure what I'm going to do with myself. It depends how my ADD is spinning up and what the weather is up to. But I'd probably like to get the carb rebuilt on this guy and try to get her fired up. Watch the torque converter work and all that kind of stuff. So that'll be tomorrow. I got to get that transmission out and then start looking at gear ratios. You can see that the pulley on the motor was relatively small, and the pulley on the transmission was pretty decent sized. So I get the idea that if I 1-to-1 the input, I put a gear on there approximately the same size as the as that guy. I might actually have to gear it down a little bit from the transmission into the rear end. Right, so right now, if you figure I'm running 12-to-1, and if I direct drive 12-to-1, that gives me, with a little bigger tires and 3,600 RPM, I was figuring that it was going to do about 20 miles per hour. You know, 1-to-1 once again. So I have to see if the transmission gears it down or what the story is on that. All right, guys. I'm cold. My hands are cold, especially with my camera hand. So I'm going to be going in. We are supposed to get some weather, so hopefully I don't have to spend half the day tomorrow fooling around with clearing the driveway, right? That's always a pain in the butt. Yeah, hopefully it melts off. I brought so much, they use so much salt on the road that the snow that melted off the PT Cruiser here landed on the ground, and there was so much salt in it, it made everything around the PT Cruiser melt. How's that for let's salt the hell out of the roads, boys. Okay, guys, thank you for watching and commenting and subscribing. Remember to keep your feet down, keep your head up, and remember to enjoy all your days. You don't know how many you're going to get, so make sure you enjoy them. Take care now, folks. Bye.